this morning's Trade Along live session. This is a Trade Along in the S&P 500 E-mini with Saul as your host. Saul is a 25-year veteran of the trading pits in Chicago. He's going to be joining us shortly. Right now it's 9:21 a.m. on December 10th. Everything we do here is for educational purposes only. Nothing is to be taken as direct trading advice. If you're coming in for the first time as a guest, welcome aboard. TradeAlongLive.com is the registration for this daily Zoom webinar, this Trade Along Live session. We're here every trading day. We're putting it together during the morning session. When Saul pops in, he's going to give out this morning's levels. He's going to give out a pivot and other levels on top and bottom of the pivot. Maybe 4 or 5 on the top, 4 or 5 on the bottom. He'll do some adjustments and add levels depending on the market action, the activity of the morning session. He'll also adjust his levels. He calls them levels and zones based on the reality of price change, the action of price, and as it relates to what's happening in the overall market for the morning, which is a great opportunity for you as attendees as you go through the morning session. Nothing is static. Every day is different. There's a new personality to the actual action of price. And the concept here is, how do you do better in your trading this morning by being here than being elsewhere? And the key is the trade action and price action commentary from Saul, the opportunity to receive his key proprietary scalping levels as a trading advantage to you during the morning session, the ability to ask questions and interact with Saul during the morning session as it relates to the trade. And that's a real leg up for traders out there that want to focus on doing 2, 3, 4, 5 trades. They're looking to bank their money and be finished for the day. And that's what we look to do every day here based on this service. And it is a service. This is a trade along opportunity for you. We have traders that come in from all over the globe. Welcome aboard. We have new traders coming in. We've got experienced traders coming in. We've got guests. We've got subscribers. So welcome aboard. I will mention also that if you're a trader that is new or a trader that is not happy with the results of your trading, then you have the opportunity based on our service to join Saul in private class, be a mentoree of his, and he can mentor you through it. We set up what we call the Trade Along Trading Academy in Zoom, the ability for you to work with Saul from the start of your trading on an individual basis in a private Zoom room and get the best start based on Saul teaching you and mentoring you how to start and how to progress. And the concept here is, how do you develop what we call consistent profitability in your trading based on a price action trading methodology, the one that Saul uses. The concept of setting key levels right around the cash open and then looking to utilize those levels and zones based on the action of price in and around those levels and zones, and the ability for you to drive profits. And that is a unique opportunity for traders. Saul takes you into private class. Experienced trader helps tune you up, add in what you may need based on your relationship with him. As a new trader, gets set off on the right foot with the goal of consistent profitability in mind. Same with a tune-up based on a trader that has trading skill, but is just not tying it together the way it should be. You learn that in private class, you get updated in private class, you get tweaked in private class, and then you come in here to this Trade Along live session as a proving ground and an access point to Saul during the live market, where you are applying your newfound trading skills, and he is adjusting and tweaking you based on where you're at, where you're going, where you've been. And that's a unique opportunity for traders to have somebody help them become a better trader, going from private class time, where you have a headset and a microphone, you have the ability to review your charts, he can show you his charts, you can have a dialogue, you can talk about trades you did, trades you could have done better, pieces of the puzzle that you could do better. All with him as your mentor, and you're the mentoree. From a new trader to an experienced trader. Then as a bonus, you have access to this Trade Along live session. Can't be beat. So check out the website, review the opportunities, pick which way you'd like to go. Make sure you're signed up for either the Academy class, the mentoring class, or this Trade Along live service as a standalone. Class, you get it bundled. This service is a standalone for those that have trading talent and trading skill already, and they're happy with it. And you receive Saul's proprietary scalping levels. You receive his session time, wingman time during this session from 9 a.m. to 12 noon, with the body of the trading happening between 9:30 and 11:30. So I'm going to pass it over to Saul. And I'll post the link to the website. TradeAlongTradingAcademy.com. There's the website out to you now. I appreciate you asking. And again, everybody here should review the website, pick which way you want to go, and be part of this world. Thank you. Hey, Bruce. Jacques, let me know if that came through. Elena. Hey, Anand, how are you? Christoph, the same. Krish, thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Can everybody hear me all right? I think you can hear me. If you can hear me, can you just put a yes in the chat?
How about a yes?
Oh, there you go. Okay, good. As long as I can, somebody can hear me, that's fine. Awesome. Let's give you our levels for this morning. Good morning there, Don. How are you?
Fine, thank you, sir.
All right, let's pivot this morning is 46.97, 46.97. Support at 88.80, 72 and 64. Resistance on the upside at 06, 12, 20, and 28.
Are we trading the new contract?
No, I did not switch over to the new contract. Let me see the difference here. Yeah, they're about the same. We'll stay with the D's this morning. We'll switch off. We'll do it for Monday. So this is still the D's contract, even though they did switch over. But there's actually still more volume here on the D's contract than there is in the March. Barely, but still more here. So it's going to be fine. As far as liquidity is concerned, it's not going to be a problem. It takes a couple days anyway for the transformation to happen. All right, so let's see what happens here this morning. And the CPI number came out this morning. As you can tell here, they liked it. It wasn't. They kept it below a 7 handle, 6.8 year to year. So that was a refreshing moment for the market, if I can say that. And even though it's the worst inflation numbers that they've had since 1982, but it's almost like 40 years already. That's amazing. And so it's not. It was accepted by the market because they never got above 7%, which was like the whisper number that was supposed to be coming out this morning, but they kept it below that, so they were kind of happy. We'll see what happens here as the market comes down a little bit. We got support down at the 88 area. You can see our blue bands coming in there at 892, and we'll see what it wants to do. Welcome to some of the new folks that are here. We're trading mini S&Ps, looking for opportunities to scalp the market based on the levels that we gave out. In addition to price action opportunities that occur, a combination of both give us our opportunities to trade, scalp. Right now, probably looking 2 to 3 point stops. Yeah, probably 2 to 3 point stops. You know, as the rally continues, the VIX gets a little bit lower. And where's the VIX there, Don? If you can let me know.
19.65 right now.
19. So there you go. There, we were trading at 29 just a few days ago. Your kind of market.
Yeah, you can sure tell the difference.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. But so patience is important. Looking to average about 4 to 5 trades in the course of any day, any week, any time. I think we can say we average 4 or 5 points, 4 or 5 trades during, let's say any given moment. Sometimes we obviously are going to trade more, and sometimes we're going to trade less. It all depends on volatility and movement. So we are definitely at the mercy of that as the market trades day in, day out. So patience is important, and waiting for the opportunities to present themselves is important. And we're trying to scalp for, like I said, 2 to 3 point stops. That's what we're looking for as the market is absorbing this inflation number that's come out. I don't think that we have no other numbers coming out this morning. So it's totally going off of the inflation number that came out, CPI number that came out this morning. And even though it was the worst in 40 years, it's stayed below the 7 handle, 6.8 and on an annualized basis. So they kind of felt a little bit better about it. Maybe thinking, is it again, like I said, it's the worst in 40 years, so it's not that great. So it's still got a problem, and as some people are saying, probably the worst policy move that the Fed has made, making it seem like the inflation situation was transitory instead of a real problem. Can we repeat the levels in the chat for us again? There we go. All right. So again, though, we are still in a range, even though we are rallied here a little bit, broke here a little bit. You can see in the hourly, we've been pretty much range bound for the last 2-3 days here, and kind of just a little big range, but in the range nonetheless, maybe from the 10 area. Like yesterday, we didn't even get to 10, about even down to 70, 60 and change. So it's been a tight little range that we're in, and that is definitely exemplified by the VIX going down to a 19 handle. As definitely the volatility has been, a little bit depleted here, as again usually happens when the markets rally. And we'll see what happens today. So the biggest economic release of financial markets have traditionally been the jobs numbers, but in recent months, CPI day has taken the spotlight. That's because the U.S. economy is nearing full employment, and while the labor force participation rate has climbed out of its pandemic era hole, while the strong recovery is a strong sign of the economy, that doesn't mean that it means well for all average Americans. Inflation today is forecast to show 6.8 year to year in November, which is kind of what they expected. Highest level since 1982, and overtakes a 6.2% increase seen in October. Core CPI is expected to come in at a flaming 4.9%, prompting Fed Chair Powell to recently ditch his outlook of transitory inflation, contributing to the surge, our resilient demand and unprecedented stimulus, as well as transportation log jams and shortages on both supply and labor. The worsening price environment is likely to prompt FOMC officials to accelerate stimulus withdrawals and deliver swifter policy tightening. It is also a signal of big pivot from the central bank, which now has been more worried about maximum employment side of its dual mandate compared to stable prices. Current market pricing in the Fed to announce its first 25 basis points is going to be now in May or June versus August. So they keep getting it closer and closer before they have a little bit of a rise in small inflation interest rates. But again, it's already priced into the market. Probably wouldn't be surprised if any announcement is made and it jolts the market of any price interest rate hike. And especially since they already announced that they're tapering down their buybacks, so ending in March. So we'll see what happens. But it's but the market, like I said, has kind of thought it was going to be worse, and consequently, we're up here again today. So again, quiet. Again, we get to these rallies and they just suck the volatility right out of the market. Dip down to the 94 area there, right around our blue band, and pop right back up. And now we're just kind of hanging here around the even area. Again, as you can see here over the last 2 days, it's been very, very somewhat quiet. We had we had to be a little bit patient yesterday, but if you were patient, it paid off with our levels. And I think we only maybe traded three or four trades, depending on how aggressive. Look, everybody has different risk tolerances, so everybody trades a little bit different. Not everybody has to take every trade that's out there. You have to take the trades that make you feel comfortable, and so it's up to it's up to you to find the trades that you like. We kind of like to show you where they are, explain to you why they would work and why we would try to trade those areas, and then why not to trade those areas if the price action dictates. All right. Got anything to add there, Don? Because it's kind of slow today.
I'm stuck in the new contract.
You're in the new contract. So what are we? 7 ticks off, 7 points off.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
The old one's at 703, 704, and the new one's 97. So yeah, about 7.
Yeah.
I rolled over yesterday afternoon, so.
Right. That's probably what I should have done, but I forgot to do it. So came in this morning and I just kept it. I did the work last night and I totally forgot. So I just came in this morning and just made sure that the numbers were right, and then forgot that we switched over. So it's all right. Like I said, the volatility and the volume is still, there's still more volume in these than there is in the March contract anyway. It's not going to be a problem as far as volatility. So still doesn't help me with asking you, what do you think?
I don't have a good feel for rollovers.
Yeah.
They
could get a little, they do get a little sticky sometimes.
And this and all next week is going to be just trying to figure out, okay, what are they trying to do with it? So I'm just being real conservative.
Well, it looks like they kind of figured out what they're going to do with this, especially if the PPI number comes next Friday and Tuesday comes in not too crazy. Doesn't seem like it's going to go. I mean, as long as they stay below 7%, they're happy. And it's crazy, but they think that the Fed can jump in and start controlling it sooner than later. We'll see. But yeah, the trade is not the same. I know what you're talking about, that sometimes the trade is not the same when you have rollover.
You know, it seems like there's days that I can come in and sit down and look at the charts and say, okay, we ought to rotate to here, to here, to here, to here. And those are days that I say that are normal and they function like that. Then there's days that this thing's on a push and they're trying to get it somewhere for some reason, which I don't know, but that's just my thought process. And it doesn't seem, it's like our levels. Some days they work really great, except when they just get on one of those push modes.
Right.
You know, I thought we should have this morning. I thought we should have been all the way down here in the 74 area, but there again, we're on the new contract.
There again, you're thinking again.
Yeah, and but that's what the chart says we should do.
Right.
But it's not doing it. We're gonna have to get below something before I can get. There's nothing. There's nothing there giving me a good indication when I'm ready to jump in.
Right. No, I get it. So what happens when you're confused? You kind of step out and watch for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
what's that old saying? When in doubt, get out.
Or don't get in.
That's it.
So again, this is what we keep saying all the time, is that sometimes you just have to be patient and pick a trade that you can visualize and see, and then take that instead of just jumping in, because tendency is that we want to get in and start trading right away because the market opened up, or you're sitting in front of your screen and you think you have to trade, but you really don't have to. You have to be patient and wait for the right situation. Like Mark, all he has to do is see a blue band and he's jumping on it.
He should have already jumped on that
Oh,
first one.
I was all over it. Thank you very much. I can go back to bed now.
What a surprise. What a surprise. I mean, you know, you go to California and you got that sand color, you know, it's nice and sandy kind of. He's got blue sand all over. So,
It's all over my front yard.
that's right. That's what you got going there.
Call it a Smurf band.
Yeah, there you go.
Smurf, that's funny.
You sound so much better today, Saul.
Well, yeah, I usually need a day or so to, I mean, like I said, it's been a while since I was coaching. It's been a while since I've been yelling, and especially 2 days in a row. So yesterday was one of those, I didn't even realize it till I started talking. I thought I was fine last night. I mean, the night before. So, but then again, I don't really talk out loud to myself. So, yeah, it was kind of a little, just, it was good though. It's a good thing. I went to see my grandson, and I come in with the, you know, the hoarse voice and everything.
Oh no, and they throw you
And
out.
She,
You think
she
you're
got
sick.
all she got nervous. She's like, "Are you sick?" I'm like,
Uh-huh.
"No. It's just, no. Take it easy. I'm not sick."
Sounds exactly like my wife. I sneeze and right away she wants me to go into quarantine.
Yeah.
Go get a hotel. You're sneezing.
Yeah. So that she was like, I go, "No, relax. It's fine. I'm fine. Don't worry. I wouldn't be here if I thought I was sick." I would keep telling her that. They are really nervous. I was coming down here again to 88 is our next support level that we have. So we'll see what it wants to do down here, if it gets down there or not. You know, these days where numbers come out and people are trading numbers and you have a move, it's hard to figure out, are they going to continue to move? Or are they going to just stall it out? Or you just don't know what are they going to take profits? Are they going to go back in the range, right? Since we've been in this range here for 2-3 days. Well, thanks for the update there.
How's the little guy doing? How's your grandson doing?
Oh, he gained like 5 ounces there. We're thrilled,
Oh, wow. That's great.
so he's I guess he's doing okay, the little guy. Sleeps all the time, but then he's about 3 weeks early, so that's what the doctor told her, my daughter, that don't worry, he's going to start crying a lot soon.
Get ready for it.
Yeah, that's basically what he was trying to tell her. Like, just because he's sleeping all the time now is normal because he's like a little early. So he's like, okay. He's still small though. He's a tiny little guy. Every time I think he's smiling, but it turns out he's got gas or something. It's like, I go, oh, look, he's smiling. And then, oops, no, it's not that. He doesn't open his eyes that much, though, but once in a while. Because, he's not used to it. It's like, this is way too much sunlight up here.
Oh, bring him to California. I'll show him some sunlight.
I heard you got rain down there. What are you talking about?
We did. It was a little drizzle yesterday.
Yeah.
Wasn't anything. Yeah.
I heard you saw a gray cloud.
Got some of that wet stuff.
I'm surprised that you saw a gray cloud down there. That's pretty impressive. We're inched down to the 88 area and just kind of almost gave us a nice little fill. And then slowly rotated back up here. Kind of a little annoying. Again, if you didn't get filled or if you're making an adjustment, you make the adjustment
For
because
some reason, I've lost sound. Brad, can you hear me?
we can hear you. We can hear you, Don. Can you guys hear me is the question.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can see you.
Yeah.
But I don't hear Saul or anybody else.
Oh, gosh. Okay. So, Mark, can you type in there? Everybody's can hear us. Log in again or something.
I'll type Don that I could hear him. Don, we can't.
We can hear you. That's for sure.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Are you there? And here is Don.
Let's see here.
All right, there he goes. He's going to log in again. All right, now we're coming down to the 88 area we talked about. Got down to 89 there. And they're giving us a nice little rotation here. Again, it's an area, right? So you scaling in these days. We talked about where your scales should be, how far apart they should be, and all that's all dependent on your risk tolerance, what you're willing to, as long as you understand the risk. And so how you scale in around the level is dependent on your risk tolerance. So hopefully some of you did maybe got in there at 89 and then a nice rotation up. And if you're going to make the adjustment, maybe make it to the lower end here. If you didn't get filled there at 88, make a little bit of an adjustment to that end. As obviously we're working this 88. Again, if you didn't get filled at 89, they had the rotation. So if we consequently, you have to make a little bit of an adjustment. And of course, it just goes down there again, double pot top. So again, it's a little bit riskier now to trade. So be a little bit careful. If you didn't get filled, maybe again, like I said, maybe the lower end, maybe down to the 87 area if you still want to take it, and probably some others want to cancel. Now, if we close this bar, definitely the 88 area has been spoken for already, so I would not even, it'd be a lot riskier, totally even the lower end of the range.
Okay, I think I'm back.
We can hear you, Don. You okay?
Excellent. Yeah. For some reason, I lost sound on my ear and I couldn't hear anything.
Okay. Well, we were hearing you loud and clear. So glad you're good.
Let's see if we can do something here.
Yes, Reginald, we are. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to buy support areas and sell resistance areas dependent on the volatility. The areas that we gave out this morning, if you look at the chat, we're going to repeat the levels again for you. Those are the areas that we're looking to target as areas of interest for us to trade. And how we find those levels is based on the work that we do in our education course, and obviously everybody and also we have price action opportunities that occur once the market paints some bars. So the combination of both gives us our setups to be able to trade the market. Reg is okay. Reg it is.
I don't know what it is about that 83 to 88. It loves it.
Yeah, I mean, it is. Look at that. The last week or so, it's just been sitting there in that area. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. What can I tell you? You know what? It doesn't matter. We're not trying to. We're just trading. We're just trading it.
You were asking me my opinion. I forgot about today is Friday and it's rollover.
Yeah, well,
For me, that's not a good combination.
no, it's not. Yes, for most people, it's not a good combination. No, I get it. I get it that it's a little, the trade's a little bit slippy. You know, and the worst trade is actually not so much rollover, but when the options expiration stuff, that could get a little bit tricky. But 2 weeks to Christmas. Yeah, well, once we get past next week with the PPI number that's going to be released, and then once the 22nd, there's a GDP number comes out, and that could be about it for the year as far as any kind of trade. It's going to definitely go into the Christmas trade or holiday trade after that. So it's going to be quiet, no doubt about it. You still get a little bit of movement in December, just because at least the early part of December, and obviously if the markets are in turmoil, you'll get more trade as the month goes on. But once we get, I mean, I think after next week, it's even going to be slow. Once the PPI comes out, it's going to be slow. There's some numbers coming out on Thursday, and then the GDP number. And that could be about it.
A question for you.
Yeah.
Are you seeing on your news in your part of the world, usually they are just hammering away at, okay, yeah, consumer sales are just through the roof. They're doing this, but they're not doing that this year for some reason. I don't know if they're just trying not saying anything or.
Well, you mean as far as sales are concerned? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, again, they've been talking about the problem with the market as far as supply is concerned, right? I mean, not having enough things in the stores because you can't get them to the stores. So I think they're, the expectation is still there. How much you spend is still there, but I think they've got to. I think as far as the market is concerned, they're more concerned about inflation than anything else.
Go ahead.
I just don't think that. I think the numbers. The only reason that the numbers might be higher is because of inflation, because it costs more. But as far as what's out there and what's available, that's the problem right now. I think that the market's more concerned about than.
I know the other day when I went to get my booster rabies shot there, they had I asked the lady, I said, I got a question for you. I said, because I noticed inside the CVS, they had a lot of empty spaces in the shelves. I said, are y'all having trouble getting supplies in stock? She said, yeah, not only that, in medicines also.
Hmm.
So I'm going,
Yeah, no, that's the biggest problem.
are you seeing it in your part of the world?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. There's no doubt about it. It's everywhere. I mean, stuff that you've always been able to go to the store and find.
Yeah.
It's not there, and you ask why. Oh, well, we can't get any. Yeah, it's the same all over. It's
Yeah.
absolutely the same all over. It's not like it's a problem. All right, the market did trickle down below the 88 like we thought it would, and like we talked about the dangerous part of getting into that trade once we closed that bar, and it did close the bar, and we are poking through here a little bit. We're looking probably at the 80 area as the next support level, good support level that we have. And, again, patience is important. If you didn't get filled at the 88 area, because we got down to 89, got down to 875 there, I think, and pop back up. So if you didn't get filled, that's okay. You wait, be patient, find another opportunity. They did trickle right up to 95, which is right close to the blue band there. After making that push down to the 88 area there, so we got down to 89. See what it wants to do, but at least you can see the volatility is definitely sucked out of the market here a little bit. And unfortunately, we're coming right back into the range that we've been at all week. Most of last Wednesday, Thursday, Tuesday, since Tuesday. It's amazing how the markets gets into these modes and they just stop. Unexplainable.
I guess my 74 is equal to about your 80.
Yes, that would be, yes, 74 it would be, yes. So is that a hint?
Well, that was a target that I was leaning toward this morning.
I mean, 74 always rings bells in my ears. So
Yeah.
Every time you say 74, I'm liking it.
Well, that's the new contract. The old one will probably be around 80.
Right. Yeah, we'll switch over for Monday morning.
Don, after you showed me how to do that, it worked for about 10 minutes and it went back to normal. It didn't stay. I'm now back on the other contracts.
They must have knew Saul was going to trade the old one.
Probably what it was.
Well, you can go up in the charts and just change them in the charts. You don't have to do the rollover.
It's not there though. All I see is ES 1221. There's no more.
All you got to do is go up there in that deal and type in ES 03-22.
Let me see if that'll work. Maybe I'll mess with it later.
If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. You can either put them in the chat box. I just put them in the chat box area. And we'll try to answer any questions that you might have.
I know my charts were running kind of weird this morning. It was weird enough that I shut everything down and logged back in with everything.
Maybe that's what I should do.
I don't know if it was coming out of my brokerage house, my data feed, or where it was, but whatever it was, we were out of kilter.
You guys have the same platform?
Yeah, I just rolled over to the Ninja 8. I started using that.
Every time I change, I hate to change because I get used to something. And if something goes wrong, I know how to fix it. When I change into these new platforms or the updated ones, seems like nothing's where it needs to be.
Yeah, that is a problem with those updates.
You know, it looks like those guys would be smart enough to look, just leave it over there, at least where they can find it.
Yeah. Yeah, you would think.
Windows 11 ought to be a real trip.
Yeah, yeah. You know, I'm trying not to. I definitely don't want to mess with that.
Oh,
When we switched over to 10, that was it took me at least 6 months to figure, to get everything working the way you want it to work.
yeah. I might have to build a new system. My system won't handle Windows 11. You would know out of a list of all the processors, I have to have the one that doesn't work.
It's funny. All right, we're range bound here, as you can see. Kind of did bounce out. Well, if you adjusted a little bit to the downside against the 88, you were able to make a little bit of money there. If you didn't, that's fine. You're looking down at 80.
You know, another thing that's going to be really bad is when we move out of this range. I'm used to dealing with these 5 numbers in there for a week.
Yeah. Right, I know. Well, we'll see. I don't know. We'll see if the volatility comes back in the market. If we start rallying, they're going to suck the volatility right out of it. So,
Hey, we've moved up to a whole 20 on the VIX.
yeah, well, because we broke off the highs. All right, we're just bouncing around here. Again, we're stuck in the range. No, he's not saying that Ninja might not work a lot with 11. He's just spouting.
No, my computer
Yeah.
motherboard and my processor is one that Windows 11 will not support. So anything on Windows 11 won't work. It's just not Ninja, it's everything. So I can't use Windows 11 on this one, but I was going to build a new system anyway, but I'm going to wait until they get some of the bugs worked out, because some of the they're having motherboard issues.
Yeah, you see, Don creates his own computers. I just go buy them, and I hope the guy can fix it when he gets it. Like, I have no idea what he's talking about. Motherboard, onboard, or compatible. I don't know what the hell that means. As long as the damn thing works. But Don, I mean, look, if I can have Don come to my house and fix my stuff, I would. I mean, my 2 screens, I can handle it. So the other day, I logged in. And I have 2 screens, so I can go from one screen to the other, by scrolling over. My left screen was where my right screen should be, and my right screen was where my left screen should be, and it totally threw me for a loop the whole day. All right, and I couldn't figure out what the hell's going on. I'm sitting there going backwards with my mouse. It was really throwing me so finally, at the end of the day, I just took one screen and moved it over and switched screen spots. I don't know how it even did that. I mean, why would it even do that?
They'll do that from time to time, but it's a quick fix. It takes probably less than a minute to fix it.
Right. I just lifted up the right screen, moved it to the left, and moved the left screen to the right. That's how I fix it.
You can do it that way.
Oh my God.
I got 4 monitors, and I like to have them where it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and that way the mouse goes from left to right or right to left.
Mm-hmm.
And when you unhook all this mess and you plug it back in, you don't keep track of which port it came out of. So then you got to reset everything up. But what you should have done was just pick up the phone and call me, and I told you how to
I was very fine fixing it the way I fixed it. I was very proud of myself. What are you talking about? I actually did something on my own without having to call somebody to come here. Are you kidding? I was so thrilled. It's the best thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
I when I first set it up on the floor, my friend, his son is he's just a wizard with computers, right? He always was, always has been. And so he comes over. I got this stuff coming out of the boxes. He's going in there and fixing everything, doing everything, blah, blah. I mean, it was perfect. Everything was perfect, right? I mean, and then not only that, he's sitting there programming the thing for me. I'm like, wow, this is impressive. You know, he's actually going into and typing in code. I'm like, wow, this guy,
Wow.
you know, it was really impressive to see. I have no idea what he was doing, but I loved watching him. And he was, of course, he's like doing it so fast, you know, I'm like, whoa, yeah, it's like, whoa, okay. And so it was the best $100 I ever gave him. My friend goes, you know, just take, you know, you don't have to do anything. I go, no, I have to pay him. So I said, I gave him $100, made sure he got lunch. And it's like, what else do you need? Love him, love the kid. And now he's working for some computer company in Chicago and doing great. So he deserves it. But it was great watching him. I have no idea what he was doing. It's just great. I'm sure if I go to Don's house and sit in front of him and tell him to go ahead, he'd be doing the same thing. I would know. I would be very impressed.
Do not laugh. I fix mine just like you fix yours a lot of times. I just moved the wires around until it matches up. I said, okay, we're back in business.
Exactly. All right, we are just kind of floating here, trying to inch down. They just seem to have gotten into this new range. It's like very tough to, market is just very, very tough to get too excited about here when they get themselves in a range. Next support level we have is down at 80, and just kind of floating back and forth.
We've been running from 81 to 83, 83 to 85, 85 to 88 and back. We've been chewing that ground.
Yeah, you're right. It's been this way for last 2 days. Yesterday afternoon they broke it a little bit, and then they brought it right back overnight.
I'll tell you what, it's been a good money range.
It has been, actually. We've been doing well, I think, with our levels and the opportunities with the ranges with our and our blue bands have been working good during the day. Gets a little bit trickier in the afternoon because there's less trade and less volume. We focus more on the morning hours. Those of you who are just new here, we focus more on the morning hours to give us our opportunities to trade. I think the volatility and the dynamics in the morning with the volume that's there, with the I think more traders are there during the morning, help us stay focused and give us our opportunities to trade. So that's what we focus more on. We need the volatility, and I think the late afternoon volatility is a lot different than it is in the morning. They do suck out a lot of the.
When do you see
volume.
that market volatility picking up in the afternoon after 2 o'clock?
Well, you know why? Actually, there is actually a reason for that. They kind of wait for the bond market to close. The bond market closes at 2. Whoa, what happened here?
We got to go back to 80.
Well, that would be nice. That would be the 74 for you.
No, the 80. I'm looking at the 80 on the new contract now.
Oh, okay. Now you're back in the new. You're messing with me now.
85 to 80. 85 to 83.
Oh, something's up. Good. So, what was the question that you asked?
Of the volatility.
Yeah. So it's like one of those things that you need the bond market to hedge. The bond market usually closes at 2. Most of the traders leave at 2 o'clock, and then the market opens up. All the options traders leave at 2 o'clock, and the options against the bonds, and so you get that last hour could get a little bit volatile. and moves more because it's less less opportunity to hedge, because you can keep the bond market is up there to kind of hedge against the S&Ps. But when the bond market closes, it becomes a little bit of a problem. And so they tend to move more, the volatility is a little bit greater that last hour. And also the fact that there's less traders in there, but mostly because of the bond market does close at 2 o'clock, and you get that kind of goofy move from 2 to 3 until the market closes. All right, it seems like I don't know what happened there, but let's see if they're gonna go down to 80. What is this, 85 here, and rotate back up? Gosh,
Here we go.
brutal.
Excellent. I love it.
There goes Don, got his 80.
Tell you what, that from 88 to 80 has been a killer zone.
Yeah,
I know that sooner or later it's not going to be, but well, they say make hay when the sun shines.
that's right. Take advantage of it when it's there, and know when not to. Or you're going to get hurt maybe once, but it's been working for you so many times that it's okay.
Yeah. Let's see, y'all are trading what at 86 right now?
88.
88. Okay.
Kind of hanging at that 88 level that we talked about.
I still like your 80 down there though.
Yeah, me too.
But we should have already gotten down there.
See.
It's confusing trying to trade 2 contracts and keep the numbers straight.
I'm sure it is.
I have trouble with just one set of numbers, much less 2 sets.
Right. No, it's my bad. I should have.
Oh no, you did okay.
Should have just transferred over this morning, but I forgot.
We're up
Actually, I should
to
have done it yesterday.
we're up to 582,000 on the new one.
We're 590. Well, this is what happens. We're at 590 here, so they're switching over. So they're kind of doing 1-for-1 contracts. That's why you have the same amount of volume.
Can those guys? Is there any way to roll over without getting out of one contract into another one?
Well, it wouldn't be a rollover if you're not going to get out. I mean, if you're going to keep the position. The only reason let's say you have a long position in the D's and you want to roll it over to March, or you want to keep your position. You don't want to, exit out of it. So you have to, you have to roll it over. Otherwise,
And the only way to roll over is to get out of one and into the next one.
Right.
Yeah.
Now there is a spread. I mean, they used to, when the rollover, right now there's like a 7-point spread, right? So there are guys who are actually scalping or trading a roll, which is scalping the difference in the in the spread. There are actually guys who are actually trading the spread. Like they would sell 7s and try to buy it back at 6, the difference.
Yeah. The from this contract, the old one to the new one, the new one will not kind of come in line with anything until the old one is completely gone.
Right.
And that's going to be
and
next.
actually the new one and the old one will kind of be the same when the
at expiration
expires, right?
Yeah, and that is theoretically Friday, Thursday or Friday.
The 3rd Friday of the month.
Okay, 3rd Friday. Okay.
Oh no, it can't be. It's usually about a month after. It's not going to be the 3rd Friday of the month.
Yeah,
it's usually about a month after.
Because
they kind of give people a chance to still get out, even though they don't get out today. It's a little tougher.
Yeah.
In bond slipping, you would think that you know, you would look for inverse trade a lot, but lately the bond market's kind of doing its own thing. We need a bigger move in the bond market, like points move instead of a little, you know, break. And it's going down to support area here anyway, so it's not so much a break. But yeah, I would look for that if we had a bigger move. But the bond market also has been pretty much staying in a little bit of a range, 61 handle to 63 handle, somewhere in that range. So I'm not looking, you know, it's hard to look at them now when the bonds extend below and you get the 59, 58 handles, then that's a major move, and then you would look for some kind of move in the S&Ps. But the inverse relationship that we used to look for in the bond market with equities is not quite there yet, at least not at this moment. So right back, you thought there was something, there was a little nervousness there, but they brought it right back. They got everybody short. Remember I said yesterday to have the thing rally, you got to sell it off. They looked like they wanted to sell it there for a couple of minutes. And then all of a sudden they said they reversed it, and now they got everybody short to the top end of this range, and we'll see if it does anything else. Very, very quiet trade. Just bouncing around, going nowhere fast. A little bit, the blue band's coming in here, a little bit tempting. If you're aggressive. So when it trades like this, I don't like this trade back and forth trade. It's not just my thing. All right, coming up here to our blue band, but they seem to have gotten everybody a little bit short down there. And popping it back up, we'll see right here is a little resistance. If it's going to hold anything above even, you want to be out of any shorts. And then we'll look at the upside as we're coming right up here to our pivot, 97 area.
Let's see if they got enough juice to yank it back down to 83. I don't know though.
It looks a little ominous, but you know, it is if you're looking for, you got above even as an exit strategy, so it's not like you're risking that much here. If you're even taking the trade, only because of the volatility, it's a little bit. Thank you there, Reg. All right, and again, we seem to just, you know, they just don't want to do anything with this market. Well, it is up 30 S&P points, so it's not like they don't want to do anything with it. It's just that it's seems like it's going to drop right back down to a little bit of a middle of the range there. Well, this is our pivot right here, so we're kind of neutral. Like I said, a little bit of a sale up there. Got it. If you were getting out of any shorts, it would have been above the even area, but it did not get above even. Held and coming down here. So tight little stop there. If you did looking for 2 points, even got up to 99 and change there. So hopefully maybe you just got in. And again, anything above even, you were out of any shorts if you were going to jump in there. And a nice little rotation here off of this, I guess, blue band and exit strategy above even. All right. Basically testing this area right now, the 97, which is our pivot, trying to see are we going to continue to rally? Are we going to go back into the range? It's doesn't know what it wants to do right in here. So again, it's reacting to a not so bad CPI number. I think it was exactly what they were expecting, and I think the reason that it's up a lot today is because the whisper number, which is what the expectation is there, and then what they really think is going to happen. They thought that it was going to go above 7% on the inflation headline numbers, and they kind of stayed below at 6.8. So it's kind of making the market feel a little bit better as far as inflation. I mean, relatively. You had the bond market rally, which is kind of weird, but it rallied a little off the news, and then you can see here S&P's rallied too, and we're trading in this little range here. We're hanging right around our 97 pivot area, so very, very quiet. All right, guys, tell me when you're out of your trades because you're all really quiet all of a sudden.
I'm sorry.
All of a sudden, you guys are real quiet. I know you guys are short there, and you're looking for this rotation. Finally, you're getting it, so now you're happier. I could tell.
Hey, man.
You were all a little nervous up there. I could tell that you guys stopped talking.
Stop breathing.
Yeah, you did. I could tell, but I gave you an out. That's why I told you above even. Guys finally can breathe again. Whew. It's funny, sometimes when I was trading on the floor, I could always tell when somebody had a position on because their demeanor completely changed.
It does. You just like you become a mute. You just don't want to say anything. You wait till the trade's over.
They were actually short there against this 98, 99 area. We were long down at our support level our support level was down at 88. And if some of them got long, they were long down there. But now the rotation of the market got back up here to our little sell area where we had a little resistance. And then they kind of sold it here. We're scalping, so we're not really going long or staying short. We're just scalping and trying to take advantage of ebbs and flows. So we were long down below. Oh, nice. We were long down below, and now we got short up here at the 98, 99 area, and then I'll probably cover those, and now we're kind of flat again. Yeah, that's a good trade there, Robert.
That thing should have rotated to 90.
Well,
I hate it when it doesn't do what it's supposed to do.
still wasn't a bad trade.
No, we made money at it.
Oh yeah, he's breathing again. Smile.
I got you one. I got Mark one. I got me one.
There you go.
He's happy again.
Mine's making money. I can't guarantee yours will.
Can't guarantee we'll see it, huh?
All right, so we're definitely flat, and well, I am, and we're at our pivot area, so no idea what it wants to do now. No idea right now. 47.36 coming. Well, it got to get above 20. And then I could tell you that it's probably our next target on the upside.
Come on. No, it won't at 90. Oh, well, let's see what happens.
You're a patient man.
We're back at that blue band again.
Blue band. Well, yeah, we're at right around our pivot too, so it's just kind of very neutral right now.
Okay, I can breathe.
Okay. Would you have 95?
Yeah.
All right. Happy camper. Another happy camper. Another happy Friday.
Let's just hope it stays this way.
Well, you could make it stay this way. You know, you don't have to trade the rest of the day.
Turn it off.
Just saying.
I sit around going, I believe, I believe, I believe. Then I go to, I hope and pray. It makes it down.
Yeah, that's right. You go from believing to hoping. So that's the problem. All right. Just kind of hanging around our pivot, going nowhere fast. Well, we can't complain. We've had a couple of nice trades today. So it's Friday. It's slowish. Thought would be a little bit busier, especially since the numbers were. And I heard that we were up a lot. So I'm thinking, okay, we're going to get some volatility this morning. And then they just suck the market out of it. I mean, they just don't do anything.
When you were in the bond pit, when did you normally leave for the holiday? Is it like a couple weeks before, or you didn't stay to up until the very end? Did you?
Well, you know, I will say that you know, there were advantages to coming down to the market and partake in all the festivities every night or every day because you know, people were having parties and it was free food, free booze. You know, there was something about the holiday season that was unique, fun to be around downtown. You know, not so much on the floor, but definitely, you know, with the spirit of the time, the holiday season.
Right.
So we enjoyed, and a lot of them. We used to have some very nice parties. Some of these guys would throw some nice parties at some nice restaurants and they invite us. And, I kind of just tagged along.
You partook in the festivities.
Right. I mean, what was I supposed to say? No.
Exactly. No.
What was I supposed to do? I
Free
had
food, free booze. I'm there.
right, and really good food sometimes too. So we had to. So yeah, it was a fun time to be around. I mean, we didn't work that much, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You could tell because sometimes you get the market kind of just dies out, after an hour and a half. And so, okay, so you get some breakfast, then you look and say, okay, where are we going this afternoon?
Happy hour started early.
Oh, very. Like
All
at
day.
breakfast sometimes. We would go to this place across the street from the exchange, and we would sit in the bar area, and we would get we're not drinking every day, but we would have our waitress would come, and we've known her forever, and we sit in the bar area because it was quiet. Everybody else is on the other side. And then the bar guy is there. We become friends with him because he's setting up for the day, And so holiday season comes around, he starts making his eggnog really early, and we're having some, and of course it's spiked a little bit. And, and then there's always he used to be like a ex-police officer, and they always seem to find some stuff that comes off of trucks that are willing to sell. And, so it was like, oh wow, what do you got this year?
That's a party.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like Don's happy too. He just got the 90. He's thrilled. Everybody's happy this morning.
I
So,
actually
yes.
got the 82. Y'all got the 90s.
Yeah, all right. That's good. That's good. That's it. Doesn't matter.
I had to short that blue band again.
Yeah, you did, but we never got above even. So you kind of hung in there with it for you. So it's very nice. Very nice trade. Nice trade, Don. As you can tell here, we don't call out trades, but we give you ideas of what to do, and you have to, as an independent trader, take those opportunities on your own and decide where your stops are. I only suggest where your stops could be, or where I'm thinking that places you don't want to be short above or below, long below. So those are just suggestions out there. So, but we were, look at this move here. Nice little move, that's for sure. Nice trade there, Don.
I don't know what the 78 is going to do to it.
So yeah, we had a very enjoyable time when we were on the floor. We can't. It was definitely a fun place to be. And people were great, and I miss it, to be honest with you. I mean, to come here and sit in your office all day in your basement or wherever you're at. I wish I was. I wish I was down on the floor going to my, doing the booth thing. Just so
But you need to get the camera up and running.
Okay, Brad.
Well,
okay, Brad.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the last you're going to say that because you're done now.
It's kind of nice to see, Mark. I put a face to the voice.
Oh, like God, I told everybody, just go to the website. We don't see you because your camera's not on.
No, yesterday
my camera's on. It's just I have it blocked out.
You are. Right. Yeah. There you go. Right. So, but Mark doesn't have his. I mean, I saw him too. He was fiddling around with it. I told you the other day when I came, and he's all of a sudden his mug is there.
So, surprise!
I thought it was Brad for a second there, and I'm like, wait, that's not Brad. And then it was like Mark. I'm like, whoa, what are you doing? It shocked me.
I cannot believe y'all hadn't got that 80 yet.
Oh, we're getting it now, aren't we? Coming quickly down here to the 80 area. whatever moves happening over the last 10 minutes have bond market rallied and creating a little volatility down here for us. So I don't know what happened here in the last 5 minutes or so, but got down to 81. Of course, we're missing it by a point. I don't know if you're scaling in or not. If you did, maybe you got them down there at 80. And getting a nice little rotation here. I mean,
Please
down
tell
to
me you took the
81.
74. So you got to take the 74.
We're back to
74,
83.
25.
Okay, well, I don't have that 74 because it's the wrong month. But did you get down to 74 there, Don, or go down to 75?
I got some at 74, 25.
Okay, good. There you go.
I got out. I didn't want to go anyplace. I'm happy.
Nice, nice. All right, well, we did it go. It went right down there to our support level. Quickly pop back up. We had 80 and the D74 relayed to in the March contract.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. You're still on the. I'm on the March contract now.
Right.
That's how I got the 74.
Right. All right.
The March contract ought to take us to 72.
Look at Chad. He's happy today. Yesterday he's all bummed out because he missed it, and today he's happy. See, that's what happens. That's what happens in the market sometimes. It pays you back because you were frustrated the other day when you didn't get filled.
Well, I'm really surprised everything's working like it should, and it's Friday and rollover.
Mm-hmm.
Go figure.
Mm-hmm. Look at that. Looky here. Because you guys are on with me. That's why.
The Friday wrap up.
Yeah, the Friday wrap up. All right. That was a nice little trade there for us if you guys did jump in. Interesting correlation there, Chad.
Did it make it to 80 on the old contract?
Yeah, it got down to 81.
81. It coming. Let me go over here and look. And it should have got to 79.80. But we'll take what it gave us.
Yeah. Can't complain, right?
No. After the biggest portion of the move, so.
Right. All right. Nice trade there, boys.
I'm getting to where I just, don't care about it. We get within 2 points of or 3 points of a target, I'm out. It's just, because it usually stops there and reverses.
Yeah, that's true.
How do you get past the greed portion?
Well, when you start losing
Oh,
instead of making, that's how you get past the greed portion. It's very simple. The market knows how to tell you to get past the greed portion. Let's put it this way. Every time I'm like, okay, I'm going to just make a little bit more money, and then all of a sudden I'm down on the day. I'm like, how did that happen? That's because I got greedy. No, don't worry. The market always it'll adjust. It'll adjust.
It'll adjust you.
Yes. Yes. There's no doubt about it.
It seems like. Go ahead.
You learn from the fact that it's not worth it anymore because I wanted to make like an extra $200 or $300, and all of a sudden I'm down on the day instead of making 1,000. It's like, what did I just do here? Just as an example, it's not worth the aggravation.
I find myself jumping out too soon.
Everybody will tell you the same thing.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. That's everyone's problem.
Everybody will tell you the same thing because it's not a perfect game. right? And that's why if you have multiple contracts, we're always telling you to scale out, because that way you can hold a couple till the end, till you get your target, and then that way you feel good about it, and you're also taking some profits along the way in case it reverses and goes the other way on you. But that's that's a common complaint from everybody. It's not. It's this is not a perfect game. I keep saying that. So I wish there was a good easy answer for that, but there isn't.
Well, we got to go back to 88. 83 to 88.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Whatever happened there was bonds rotated to the upside, and we broke. And it looks like whatever is creating the slow push to the downside here is definitely a bond little move, and bonds are on their highs, so be a little bit careful there. Just a little peek at the bond market every now and then to see if there's a correlation or not.
I look at it, but it always doesn't work, does it?
No, you can't. It's not like it used to work a lot better before. It's not as not as reliable. Let's put it that way, as it used to be. Used to get a move. The bonds could lead, and the S&Ps can follow, and vice versa. But now none of them. It's like they're not. Both of them are very. Last few years, it hasn't been the same. So.
But that was a thing back in the day, right? Where they call that arbitrage, where traders would run from one pit to another, like buy bonds and sell S&Ps, or the opposite. Is that true? Do people really do that?
You're watching too many movies.
Oh, okay, that's not true.
So no, that there were a couple people who used to like trade. There was a one guy who used to trade when the yen was a big thing, and the yen was you used to look at when the yen rallied, we broke, and when vice versa. So we used to call him Tokyo John. His name was John, because all he was doing was trading the bond market based on what the yen was moving. And you could see on the screen there was a yen mark, and he'd have these points where if the yen rallied, we would break, and vice versa, right? And he used to just trade that for a while, and then that kind of faded. So every now and then you get a trade, you'll find something that you can look at, that you can trade with, or you can trade inversely to, and it stays for a while, and then you got to find something else. It's not. It used to be where bonds inversely traded with S&Ps a lot, but ever since the financial crisis, that hasn't been always the case, and so it used to be a good intraday trade to watch the bond market and the equities, but it's not. It doesn't trade as well anymore like that. Guys used to arbitrage. Basically, we used to arbitrage when electronic trading first started, and they used to have a bond market, and we used to trade on the floor, and we used to be able to buy something on the electronic trade, and you could sell it off again in the pit, or vice versa. And so you used to try to take advantage of the price discrepancy between one market and the other, and that's your arbitrage situation.
So you would buy something on the computer and then sell it on the floor?
Right.
The same? Oh, okay.
Right, because it was the same contract. Because the contract was the March, S&Ps, for instance. So I would trade the March S&Ps in the pit, and like I had a clerk who all he did was, I would tell him, I'd have orders on the electronic screen, and I would have, if I would trade in the pit, I would tell him, okay, sell, I'd buy like 10s, 88s in the pit, and then I would try to sell 90 on the screen. So then it became a problem where I would have, my position would be 10 longs, but I would be short 10 on the screen. So then my clerk had to work with the guy who was taking care of my computer stuff and to make sure that I was short 10 on the screen and long 10 on the floor. So it became another count that we had to keep track of.
Did y'all get you 80 and 79?
Oh, well, yeah, for now we did. Now we're looking at the, well, we're right here at 79. So this is the lower end of the entry point there. If we talked about missing the 81, so you'd have to make the adjustment out to 79, and they had a nice rotation here off of 79. This is the same trade we've been getting lately, where if you missed it by a point on the upside, if you adjust on the downside by a point, then you get filled. Then you make the adjustment on the downside there, and to use the same level, same area, because we technically didn't get filled. And again,
should rotate back to 88.
It's giving us a nice. If you did make the adjustment there at 79, you got filled, and you got a nice quick 5 points out of it. So nice little trade there if you make the adjustment. You have a great weekend there, Philip.
Glad to see somebody's making money.
Yeah. Well, I know you're making money. I know, California's making money, so we're good.
Well, you guys are throwing me off. Are you both trading the December contract, the old one?
No.
Well, 'cause it went right down to the 72. I got in at 72.
Yeah, that's where it should have went to. And we out it from the new, and I should rotate back to 80.
That was dumb. I only got 2 points out of that. I should have held on.
You're gonna complain about making money, right? That's what you
I'm
just
sorry.
said there.
I know.
That's what you just said there.
I take that back. Sorry, Santa.
Complaining about making money, I tell you.
Only 2 points. Damn.
Amazing.
I look back at we used to grow stuff in the greenhouse for a year and get $5 for it. And we complained that, I only made 2 points in less than a minute. That's $100.
Yeah. Right. In less than a minute. Exactly. On one contract.
Yeah. It's kind of like,
yeah, exactly. You don't appreciate what you got sometimes. Okay. All right, we're down here again. Market went and retested our levels that we had here. If you are late, if you look at the chat box, we're going to show you the levels that we gave out this morning. And you can see the 80 is the support level that we had down there. And again, we're scalping it. So we're taking a little bit of a rotation off of that. We got definitely got about 4 points off of that. Even if you just left it at 80, this rotation down. And now next support level we have is down at the 72. And it continues to be a little bit weakish here. I don't know what happened over the last 20 minutes, but something's going down. At least we'll see what it wants to do. It's still in the middle of the range, though, from Tuesday. I mean, we're still tightly wound up in this range, even though we're getting good opportunities to trade, so we can't complain. The VIX up to 20.5 now. Is that true?
20.30.
Yeah.
What I'm showing.
All right, bouncing off of our green band there. If you're a little aggressive, we got support at 72. Nice little trade there for us. We had a nice little trade against our blue band. Nice trade earlier against our first level of support. We had a couple blue band trades, so we've been we like to average about 4 or 5 trades a day. And the point here is to, if anybody is interested in learning what we do or how we do things, just let us know and we'll be able to help you out.
Mark must have got another one. He's awful quiet over there.
No.
No, he's just pissed off he made money and not enough.
Man, no. I'm happy.
It's Friday, man. It's Friday. You shorted your blue band. Now you got this rotation here. That's why you took your 2 points, because you don't want to like squeeze it for more and then have a loser on there.
Exactly.
Got it.
All right.
I think Don's done.
No. I'm
Don's never done.
I'm fixing to be done though. This thing will jump right on up to that 78, 77, 50 area. You know, it wants to go to 80. I don't know why, but you know, like a day. I don't like the way this thing's trading.
I kind of like it to come down a little more.
All right, so we did bounce down to our green band there and pop up a little bit. If you're a little aggressive, everybody trades differently, remember. So how many trades you take is all dependent on your risk tolerance and what your goals are. And if you made enough money today, then that's good.
My problem is I'm just trading. I don't pay any attention to the money.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's I'll be honest with you. When I was trading on the floor, I never asked her. I never asked her what my money situation was. So, but when I got to a certain point, she would tell me. Basically, it means get the fuck out. She was very good at that because she wanted to go home. So, I mean, she knew when I got to a certain level, I was like, okay, so I trade, but I get to that certain level, and then all of a sudden I get a piece of paper from her. She tells me she gives me, I was like, why did you do that? Because then I trade different. No, I'm not trading the same. If I know that I'm up, then I'm trading, I'm trading defensively, and that's the worst thing you could do. You know?
Really? Why? I mean, if you're just like trading smaller, or
yeah, because you're not being aggressive, you're not doing the right, you're not trading the right way. You're just, okay, I'm going to put this 2 lot on, and okay, well, it's all I'm going to do is 2 lots, and then the 2 lot, well, then you let it go a little bit further and you're lost because it's only a 2 lot, and all of a sudden the 2 lot becomes like a 5 lot, and you're like, what did I just do here? When you're trading your normal trades, you're not you're just trading, and you're getting, you have your stops, where you're in and you're out, But, but when you're, it was always like the kiss of death for me. She knew it too. That's why she night, and it's great for that little school to be a big school like that. I always love that. I mean, always the little guy beating the big guy. It's like
Yeah.
so awesome. I love those stories. I wonder why.
Like David and Goliath.
Well,
My
I'm always the little guy when I go play with my kids. You know, you look at my kids, you're like, oh God, these guys are going to get killed. And you know, and it happens all the time. Sometimes I wonder how, you know, if I'm watching a game beforehand, if we're watching the team that I'm supposed to be playing, and I'm like, how the hell are we going to beat these guys? You know, and but they, you know, they do. So I'm just happy.
I think my 77 is your 84.
Correct. And we got to it right now. You at 77, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
my out's at 77.
You didn't get filled?
I didn't get filled. I only went to 66, 76.50.
You guys doing anything for the weekend?
I'm going to go visit my mom. That's
Where does
about
she
it.
live? Chicago?
I wish I can go hang out with you. That's a good excuse. She lives about an hour away from me. So take the girls up there and go see grandma. What about you?
I'm actually, well, the girls are coming over tomorrow for like a brunch thing. And the little guy's coming.
I was just going to say, are they going to bring the baby?
And well, that's the plan.
Oh, that's awesome.
And the little guy's coming, and the dog is coming. So
The dog.
my grand dog is going to be my grandson.
Dog.
We're all like anxiously awaiting to see how he deals with the little guy. At least my daughter, whose dog it is anxious to see how he's going to deal with the little guy. So, I mean, you know, she's spoiling him, and you know, I can't imagine if she decides to have a child, how it's going to react to somebody else in the house besides him.
Man. We got a few choice words for this.
You should have got out at the 77. That's what you wanted, right?
Yeah, but it didn't take me. So I
it didn't get filled?
no.
You're not get filled. It should have got up to 84 and a quarter here.
Yeah, yours ought to be 85.
Oh, now it's 85. Thought you got filled. I was happy for you.
No, mine. I actually did get a fill, but I had to get out at 76, 75.
Again, another guy complaining about making money. It's amazing what we have here today.
Horrible.
Well, you know, I'm sitting here on sidelines and I know it's going to 80. So I'm going.
I know.
Yeah, but that I know part will get me in more
Yes,
trouble.
get you in very much trouble. Yes, that's
So,
true. That's true.
I am learning. I have got a good education on blue bands, and I know.
That's right. That's right.
I'm going to get Don for the holidays. I'm going to get him a blue band. He can wear around his head. I'm the blue band ninja.
Can you imagine that with the overalls?
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
Don's going to be the blue band ninja.
The blue band ninja. Oh gosh. That's funny. All right, there you got it then for sure this time, Dan, but you're out anyway, so we'll see. So market is did drift down to our support level down there. Hopefully you might have got in, took a little advantage of that. Right now I got resistance around 92, 93, 94, anywhere in that range if you're looking for a short. This market, it looks, I don't know why we broke, but it did break. Right now the resistance on the upside would be around the 94 area. And look for our levels on the downside. We got 72 next and 64. Let me give you a couple downside levels. I don't know if we're going to go down there or not, but we got 54 and then 44 below the 64.
You said 54 and 44?
Yeah, if we get down there.
How's your weather over there, Sal? Is it really cold? No snow
It's
yet?
not. It's not so bad actually. Looking forward, I'm getting a golf date for next week.
Ooh, aren't you late for snow? Shouldn't you have snow by now?
Shh.
Sorry. I
Ruin
told
it.
you if you use the
You
green
can't use
tennis
the
balls,
S. You can't use the S word.
golf is so much easier with tennis balls.
They're looking for 63 on Wednesday, believe it or not.
That's freezing.
Are you kidding? It's short weather.
It's freezing in California.
It's
63.
40. It's 41 right now. Okay. And today it's not going to end. Today we're supposed to rain and get up to the high is going to be 46.
I'm sorry. I can't imagine weather like
Tomorrow's
that.
it's going to warm up to 55. That's pretty good, but there's chance of snow in the morning. So you figure that out, right? It's how Chicago is. It's going to be at 50. Oh, look at his new hat.
Hey, but I only do this at Christmas time.
Oh, nice.
Howdy.
Gotta love the 10-gallon hat, man. And then it's going to be in the 40s Saturday and Sunday, but then next week it's supposed to warm up. Wednesday and Thursday, 63 and 57. I'm there.
Oh, that's brutal.
Are you kidding? That's awesome.
I keep trying to ask people in California if they know what is it, chilly wind or wind chill?
Oh, chilly wind.
Yeah, chilly wind or something like that. I was like, you guys know. It's supposed to be really cold.
Oh, that's too funny.
And they're like, what is that? And I said, I don't know. My buddy told me you take a shower and you stay wet and then you go into
I didn't say take a
walk-in.
shower and
Oh,
you stay wet. I just said
wet and then you go into
walk
a
into
walk-in
a freezer and turn
yeah.
on the fan.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's chilly wind.
I never told you to take a shower and walk in. You put words into my mouth.
Okay, you guys got to see this. Can you see her?
Oh, there she is.
Say hi, Eva. There's the girl.
Oh, yeah. What's she have in her hand? A pen?
A pen. Yep, she's writing all my losses down.
All right. Look at all the hair she's got. How old is she now?
She's just turned 16 months.
Wow.
There's Ava. Or Sophie, I'm sorry. She keeps coming in and out.
I would just keep her still. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, quit moving.
Today, let me press that mouse.
Yeah, exactly. Found a couple traits for Daddy.
He's keeping her away from that. You can see. Nice.
Baby girl. Keeps me out of trouble.
That's right. All right. Very, very cute. Very nice.
Oh, it's like Sal's got 5 of them. I can't imagine that.
I can't hold him like that anymore.
Two's enough.
He is a brave fella.
No, I can't hold them like that, but I hold my little guy like that now.
Oh, that's awesome. I love them when they're that age. They're so they don't talk back to you yet.
Yeah.
They don't ask. They don't ask for money.
Nope, not yet. All right, we're gonna slowly inch down here. It looks like the market's a little bit weak. We gave you some levels on the downside. Next support level, we're still trying to Next support level is down here at 72. It is what it is. All right, we're going to take it off here and see what happens. Be careful the rest of the day. The resistance would be around the 92, 94 area. And you guys will call us for, I think we had a good morning. Can't complain.
Recording in progress.
Whoa,
What is that?
what the hell happened? Who that? What?
Recording stopped.
Sorry, that was my daughter. Give me that. Okay.
Okay. It
Time
really
to-
was that
Time to go
her?
home. Yeah, she pushed.
Oh, okay,
she
good.
grabbed my mouse.
All right, good. I was like, what the hell? I was like, what happened there? I'm thinking Brad did something. All right, good. Well, I'm glad at least we know where that came from. All right. So everybody have a great weekend, and we'll
too,
talk to
Sal.
you guys on Monday.
Thank you. Have a
Take
good one.
care.
Bye.
I'm out of here as well, Don. Yeah, the girls are
Well,
up.
I bought you one, so you're covered.
Oh, good. There you go. Well, you have a great weekend, Don.
You too.
I'll
Talk
see you
to
on
you
Monday.
later.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
And I'm out of here also.
I want to thank you guys for your input today. What a great day. For those that are coming in, come to us by clicking on the link, tradealonglive.com, tradealonglive.com. You can register for this webinar. This is a daily Trade Along Live webinar. Come in as a guest. If you want to check out what we're doing based on the Academy and access to this Trade Along Live session, go to tradealongtradingacademy.com, tradealongtradingacademy.com.